Cardano Summit 2021, Dish Network, Boost Mobile, Chainlink. No intro. I'm just gonna play this clip real quick.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jerry Fragiscatos. I'm Chief Commercial Officer at Input Output. I'm here today with Chris Ergen, Head of Innovation at Dish, Charles Hoskinson, CEO of Input Output, and Stephen Stokels, Head of Boost. I'll be moderating the...
Check that out. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. That's a crazy picture, right? Cardano Summit 2021, and this is just like a video that is out there right now. It's news. I'm sure if you're in Cardano, you probably already have heard it. Cardano announces partnership with Dish, and there's the video. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out in case you haven't seen it. But Charles Hoskinson just announced in his keynote speech, Cardano will partner with Fortune 250 company Dish. Landmark partnership with Dish, bringing the world of global telecoms and the blockchain space together. It's the first collaboration of its kind, unlocking significant value for Dish's customers while growing adoption for Cardano. And it says Cardano partners with Dish to supply 8 million digital identities on phones satellite. That's crazy. Like, that's pretty big stuff. Like, that is pretty big stuff. And it's fun because we've been tracking Cardano so much for so long. And this is a big piece of news. It's just another piece of the puzzle that we've just been seeing put together over a good amount of time now. On top of that, here's a little update from Tim Harrison over there, IOHK. Check this out. Really quick clip.
We also heard from Chainlink and shared details of a broad strategic collaboration, bringing new features and developer tools to the Cardano platform and our growing ecosystem.
So Cardano and Link collaborating. And this is on top of the partnerships we just talked about, you know, that we just saw with Dish and Boost Mobile. This is so cool. Within the blockchain ecosystem, protocols, big protocols, Cardano and Chainlink coming together to start working together to build these ecosystems, and in general, the entire blockchain ecosystem, adding value. It's absolutely awesome to see this. And, you know, on top of the other partnerships that we just saw with Dish and Boost Mobile, Chainlink is such a cool one as well. So wanted to throw that out there. It's like 2:25 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot. There's tomorrow as well. Who knows what more news will come out. We'll continue tracking that. Wanted to give an update on that. It's really cool. And I want to pivot into charts and just technical analysis and what's going on with Cardano price. So let's do that. And as I do, I want to remind you all, I'm not a financial advisor. If you're looking for one, find one. I don't give financial advice. I'm tracking data alongside with you because it's the best that we can do in these crazy volatile markets. For me, it's just all mental. I'm just trying to keep my head in the game, be prepared for all scenarios, and just make my own financial decisions based on what's possible, I guess. So I want to share that with you, what I'm at least seeing. And this is what I'm seeing. We have the news, right? And we see this often just in crypto. It's not just Cardano. We get news, and yeah, sometimes it'll pump price. That happens. But we get news and then nothing happens. Like it's explosive news, perhaps. I mean, Dish Network and Boost Mobile, that's pretty big. But there's no explosive move for Cardano price. What is that all about? And I always say when this happens, focus on the technicals. I remember when we were waiting for like the Coinbase listing and we were talking about the potential that, and you know, that was like somewhere, I think it was somewhere back here. I forget the exact date, but we were talking about the potential of maybe what price would do then. And a lot of people were surprised by what price did do after the Coinbase listing. And so here we are, and it comes back to the technicals. And this is what's most important, at least for me, to track, because this is where we wait for confirmations. This is where there's no emotion. And part of emotion is that news vibe, right? That news hype that everybody's waiting for. Oh, this is great news. Everybody opens the chart, nothing's happening. There's emotion in that, right? In people doing that and reacting that way. I do it. I saw the big news. I was like, wow, let's see what price is doing. Because it's like this emotional thing, right, on these charts. But let's rewind that and let's just look at what's going on and what we've been tracking in general. If you remember, this was September 12th, 2021. I'm not going to play a clip, but ADA was at 259, And I was just talking about this structure that we're waiting for and the possibilities of around $2 to bring into play a descending triangle. And it happened. There it is. There's the move from 259 down to the $2 range. Here's a descending triangle. It's on the screen. Now, put aside the news, the hype of Cardano Summit, all right here, right now, as I do this video, it's happening. Put it aside. Act like it's not happening. Here's what's happening. Technically, we have a bounce off that lower trend line and a bounce to the upper trend line. And it is no surprise there is resistance here. There's many reasons why it's no surprise there's resistance here. Number one is we've been talking about, and I think I mentioned it in that last video, this swing high here to the swing low. And we talked about anticipating resistance in this exact range that Cardano is in right now. If you remember, it was 244 down to 232. And if we go to a daily chart, so we'll keep that there. We go to a daily chart, check this out. Right around 240, we have the 20-day moving average, the green line, and the blue line, the 50-day moving average. We have the 20-day moving average getting ready to cross below that blue line. And this is a move that we saw happen in a dip that we had back in June, and a dip that we had, I have to zoom all the way out here on the daily, but the dip all the way back here briefly right here. This is the one post Shelley hard fork. And that was back in August. Now, here's what I want to note. When we have this 20-day moving average crossing below the 50-day, we did have this attempt that failed kind of at the 50 and the 20-day moving average. Now, if we go back and we look at the charts now, this is what we're waiting for. This is kind of a confirmation type of deal. And by the way, it happened here too when we had this 20-day moving average cross below the 50. There was a bounce to the area, fail. This is the confirmation we're waiting for. Can Cardano not fail, really, at these two moving averages right now? Can Cardano get a break above it and kind of just, this thing just kind of flattens out and turns around, meaning 20-day flattens out, 50-day flattens out, 20-day starts kind of getting back up there? That's what we're looking for. It takes patience and really just monitoring price to see that happen. But that's like a confirmation, a bullish confirmation, diverging away from those previous dips that we got after rejection. For instance, right here, rejection off those two moving averages, big dip. Could we see rejection off these moving averages? Boom, big dip to the 200 moving average. I mean, that's where it dipped to last time. That was a dip to around dollar range. Could we have a dip down into this $1.60 range? 100% it's in play, especially when noting on the 6-hour chart and this pattern that we have in play. I believe the target for this was in like the $1.30 to $1.40 range. So of course, there's room for just Cardano to kind of fall. There really is. And it kind of starts with rejection potentially at the 50 and the 20-day moving averages. Now, on top of breaking above those areas, again, around the $2.40 range, we're looking at Cardano at this confluent resistance area. So there's moving averages on the daily. Here's the Fibonacci resistance. And then lastly, it's very simply it's the upper trend line of this descending triangle. So Cardano has a lot of resistance that it's literally at right now on the weekend of Cardano Summit. And you notice how Cardano Summit not immediately making Cardano break above all this resistance. It's not happening as of yet. And if the Cardano Summit wasn't going on right now, I think there's a huge potential that Cardano would be doing exactly what it's doing right now, because this is what happens. I use Fibonacci so often on this YouTube channel because this is just the name of the game. It's lower lows, lower highs, so we had the swing high to swing low, and now we're at a lower high area at a Fibonacci. It's very commonplace for Cardano, and we're at this upper trend line. Now, could there be more big news that just is like ridiculously big, and it just boom, it's the move Cardano needs to do the technical break? Absolutely, and that's something we can wait for, we can watch for, and that's what I'll be doing. This is kind of what I'm watching on the charts. I'm not surprised at all with what Cardano is doing right now. We're in this resistance range we've already been talking about on the YouTube channel. So separating the news and Cardano Summit from these charts, I think is a good idea, so that we put that aside and we can just say to ourselves, all right, what's the plan? And we all have different plans. We're all different people, everybody, with different approaches to these markets, different risk tolerances. Don't listen to YouTubers in what to do next. Analyze all of the data that's around you, that's provided to you, that you're researching yourself. Analyze all the data, make your own decisions. Because I'm not a financial advisor, and that is not what I'm here to do. I'm just tracking my journey with you. So I appreciate all of you. I really do. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. I will see you all in the next video. God bless.